Wait, hold on. You need to hear this. Tech CEOs are blaming AI for the massive layoffs in 2026. I'm analyzing the Davos panel at the World Economic Forum between the CEO of DeepMind, Demis Hassabis, and also the CEO of Anthropic, Dario Amodei, to show software engineers and tech leaders that senior roles are safe, but junior roles are changing. In the next 15 minutes, you are gonna learn 3 things that's gonna change how you view your career. Why AI is the perfect scapegoat for the tech layoffs that were already gonna happen anyways. What actual skills are going to make you irreplaceable in 2026 and beyond? And the hidden opportunity that all the engineers basically are missing on right now. I'm Edna, spent a decade in tech. Now I help software engineers and tech leaders work smarter with AI. So hit that subscribe button so we can all level up together. And to thank you, here's my dog, Kaden. All right, so let's talk about what's actually happening. Last few weeks, quite a bit of chaos in the tech news. Amazon is planning to cut around 30,000 corporate jobs. And headlines are tying the cuts to AI overhaul, even though the fine print is about broader restructuring and cost cutting. Autodesk in San Francisco, another 1,000 engineers gone. The narrative is like everywhere. AI is coming for your job. All right, but here is where it's gonna get interesting. I started digging into actual data and tried to kind of read between the lines. And something doesn't quite add up. If AI is that good to replace all these engineers, why are the CEOs of Anthropic and DeepMind at the Davos panel keep saying, yeah, engineering junior roles are affected, but they're still hiring pretty massively to put together some big engineering teams? The answer, AI isn't the villain here, it's an excuse, and you're about to find out how this game works. Okay. Let me break down the story that corporate America is telling you, and then I'll show you what's really happening. Executives go to CNBC, go talk to the investors, go on Medium and write about how generative AI is transforming our workspace. They say AI now handles 50% of our customer service, or that we've automated tasks that used to take an entire team to do. Sure, it sounds impressive, right? And it sounds kind of inevitable. Many of these massive tech layoffs are still very much driven by that overhiring that happened during pandemic. And obviously the current economic pressures, tariffs, you name it. And AI is cited there somewhere along with these reasons. These companies were already planning these massive layoffs and restructuring starting in 2023 and beyond. But AI became that politically convenient reason that they used. Picture this. Your phone has been cracked, let's say, for 6 months. You go ahead and upgrade it, and then you tell your friends, I had to. The latest AI features only work on the latest iPhone model. Oh, sure. AI features are great to have. But let's be honest, your screen was held together with your case. You had to upgrade anyways. So that's what's happening. These companies have been wanting to fire and get rid of middle management for years. Also, the overhiring that they did during pandemic. And they use AI transformation to make Wall Street happy. And here's the kicker. Actual AI systems require more infrastructure, not less. You need ML engineers, data engineers, platform teams, governance, monitoring. This stuff doesn't just run itself. So when Amazon says AI overhaul, they're not replacing 30,000 engineers with ChatGPT. They're restructuring, cutting costs, and spinning it as AI innovation. Now, why should you care about this corporate spin? Because it is impacting you and how you view and decide your career. At Davos, the CEOs of Google, DeepMind, and Anthropic admitted,
yes, unemployment has ticked up in the US, but all of the kind of economic studies I've looked at and that we've written about suggest that this is overhiring post-pandemic, that it's really not AI-driven. If anything, people are hiring, to build out AI capability. Do you think that this will be, as economists have always argued, that it's not a lump of labor fallacy, that actually there will be new jobs created? Because so far the evidence seems to suggest that.
Yeah. I mean, I think in the near term, that is what will happen, the kind of normal evolution when a breakthrough technology arrives. So some jobs will get disrupted, but I think new, even more valuable, perhaps more meaningful jobs will get created. I think we're going to see this year the beginnings of maybe impacting the junior level, entry level kind of jobs, internships, this type of thing. I think there is some evidence, I can feel that ourselves, maybe like a slowdown in hiring in that. But I think that can be more than compensated.
Why, you ask? Because junior work often maps to repeatable, structured tasks, like go write this boilerplate code, write this test, analyze this data. These are all the tasks that you can give to AI to do. As senior engineers, your value isn't in typing code. It is in architecting systems that scale, designing AI workflows that solve business problems, understanding complexity no prompt can capture, and making judgment calls when things break at 3 a.m. AI can't do that. Here is what's actually happening. The junior roles, they're accelerated, more efficient. The middle coordinator roles, gone. The senior engineers with AI skills, more valuable than ever. So the people who can use AI to 10 times their productivity are getting promoted and recruited more than ever. So the question is not, am I being replaced? The question is, am I adapting to how work is being redefined? All right, let me show you what this looks like in the wild. Amazon. The company is targeting around 30,000 corporate job cuts across late 2025 and early 2026, with CEO Andy linking some reductions to efficiency gains from generative AI, while also saying Amazon will continue hiring for the key areas. Sure, AI is maybe part of the story, but restructuring and cost-cutting is doing the heavy lifting here. Autodesk, laying off about 1,000 employees, roughly 7% of the staff, as part of a multi-year go-to-market transformation, while also increasing investment in AI and cloud services. They're not replacing engineers with AI. They're shifting what kind of engineers they need. And the skeptics. Ed Zitron has been calling out the AI boom as hype for months. His argument? A lot of this is smoke and mirrors. Companies are selling AI transformation stories to investors while the actual technology is still figuring itself out. Ouch. And you know what? He's not wrong. There's a difference in what AI can be doing and what it's doing today. Here's what actual AI leaders are saying. Not press releases, but real talk. They're discussing hiring trends, role shifts, and strategy. Not AI writes all of your code. And here's the counter narrative. Critiques argue much of this is a boom and bust cycle. The truth, probably somewhere in between. This is what actually engineers are saying. Some, rightfully so, panicked. Some skeptical. Most just trying to figure out what's real and what's noise and what the hell they're supposed to be doing. Okay, time for some demo. Let's get to it. This is some legacy code I inherited. Messy, no error handling, inefficient. Let me ask Copilot to refactor it. Simple prompt, refactor this to be cleaner and safer. Not bad, not bad. Cleaner, uses list comprehension, checks for empty lists. But look closer. What if revenue doesn't exist on some users? Does it crash? What if users none? Boom, AI gave me a solution, but not the right solution. Here's my version. Added a doc string explaining what it is, a non-check for the user's list, .get with defaults so missing keys don't crash, and type safety by running float explicitly. This is a difference. AI assisted me, saved me maybe 2 minutes of typing, but the engineering judgment, that's still on me. And that's why senior engineers aren't going anywhere. Run the tests. All right, let's see. Run the tests. All right, everything passes. AI didn't write this. AI helped me write this faster. That's a big difference. If this video helped you see through the noise, go ahead and smash that like button. And subscribe if you haven't already so that you won't miss the next one. And now, time for the nerdy dad joke. But before I get to that, make sure to check out the description. I have some discounts and promo codes for tools that you might be interested in using. Okay, why did the AI cross the road? To escape the corporate narrative. I'll see you next.